Hey guys, my name is Larry Sonnier. I'm the owner of Wood Design by LDS, and we're going to show you the shop today, our equipment, and what we do. If you have any questions, you can subscribe or message me, anything that you need to do.
My name is Sal. I'm going to be handling a lot of the social media, the videos that you see on our YouTube channel, and as Larry said, if you're interested in more content like this, we're a brand new channel. We'd love to get your subscription, but please stick to the end of the video. If you like what you see, give us a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you guys so much.
And I want you to know, when I walk through this door in the morning to come in this shop, how blessed I am that I have the ability to get these things, and I thank God every day, and I want you people out there, you subscribers, to know that without him I couldn't be doing any of this. Hey guys, I just want to start off by saying we have a large 12 by 12 roll-up door for us to get our equipment in and out, our slabs in and out, so we're fixed to do anything that we need to do. 18-wheelers can come down the driveway underneath our canopy here and get any kind of product we need. We're here at one of our workstations. We have a granite countertop to keep all our wood level. We have a chop saw, 12-inch chop saw, Hitachi. We do a lot of our work right here preparing our tables, frames, anything that we need to do here, we have it available. This is a laser machine and it works real well. We're at the other end of our workstation here, and this is where I do some of my cutting on my burls to put in my molds. Works real well. Having this granite countertop, you can work off of it, it stays level. We also have our sanders that we use a lot on this end, our belt sanders, our disc sanders, and you can see we do have it hooked up to a vacuum cleaner here, but all this equipment in the shop, may I repeat, it is all on a dust collection system, a commercial that sits at the back of my building. We're still at the end of our workstation here. These are some of the tools that I've invested in to do quality instead of quantity work. Festool work real well. We have sanders, you name it. I have every industrial tool, commercial tool that I need to do anything that I want to complete in this shop. Have no problems in doing anything. We're here at our commercial joiner. For those that don't know what this is for, you flatten your boards out, your edges, your face of your boards. If you need to run them back through your planer, you have to get the bumps and the humps out of it where you don't ruin your planer. As you can see, this is the remaining of our dust collecting system just coming off this one machine, and it goes up above and then it goes out the building, as you'll see on each one of these machines. This is something that I can't do without of. Building tables, shelves, anything that I need to do, I do with this piece of equipment right here. This is another piece of our commercial equipment. It's a bandsaw. It has a 13.5-inch throat. The table is 24 by 18. We do a lot of our cutting here. As you can see, it's not here just for looks. If you can see the floor, you can see how dirty it is. And I don't always clean up after myself till the end of the week. But this is another tool that we cannot do without. This is one of our main tools right here. We can do so much by cutting boards, ripping boards, doing laminate, you name it, we can do it here. Here's another piece of our commercial equipment right here that I really can't do without. It's a 20-inch planer, and as you can see, we have a dust collecting system on it as we do each one of these tools to try to keep this shop as dust-free as we can. This planer has the helican blades in it. When it comes out the other end, it's like running a piece of 240 or 320 on it. It saves you the work. You do not have to work yourself to death with it. This is another piece of equipment that is really, really important to us because we can run our tables through it. It's a double barrel sander. We can run different grits on each end. I can run up to 41-inch on it. You can see the collection system that we have. It's a dual for both sides, and it all ties into one going outside the building. All my racks I have built myself instead of buying them because I can adjust them as I go through. I did the same thing to the other end of this piece of equipment right here. Cannot do without it, and really am blessed to have it. This piece of equipment is another piece you can't do without. Lifting these big slabs and stuff like that, because I was told when I started this, why are you doing this? I retired, and people say you gonna start another business and you're 76 years old, you're gonna start working all over again. This is my thrill. This is my sanctuary in here. And without a piece like this, because of my age, I could not do these big slabs. Plus I have an overhead crane in this same building. So I am really thankful for having this piece right here. Who else would have a workstation from a chopping block out of a meat packing plant? This chopping block particularly weighs almost 400 pounds. It's the best workstation I've ever had in my life, and I'm using it. I have my biases on it. I do a lot of work on that. It's really unbelievable how much work I do on this solid piece of wood here. Clamps, that's another thing when you have a shop like this and you're blessed to do what I do. You cannot do any of it unless you have these clamps and more. I use just about every one of these clamps when I'm doing a table. I have a different variety of different types, and it all works in coordinates with each other. The way I glue my tables, the way I do my dominoes, my dowels, my gluing. Can't do without it. You gotta have them to do your work. This table was built for me by Keeshnick Enterprises. Todd Keeshnick built it. I was having so much trouble with when I was pouring my rivers from overflow because my tables, I had a hard time getting them level. This table gave me the advantage. It's all aluminum. There's nothing welded on the top. It's all bolted. I can move it around. It is perfectly level for my slabs to sit on. And as we're talking about slabs, here is a book match set of Pecky Cypress tabletop that we're getting ready to do. And this is going to be a dining room table, just a little bit longer than a dining room because you don't want to waste much. But this is a book mat set that we're getting ready to start. Another feature about this table that I didn't say before is these clamps, these aluminum angles are my frames. I do not have to screw them down. I can clamp them down and I can do any size table, coffee table, whatever it is, and use these same pieces of angle iron. They're all done by clamping them down. You have no screws, no wood to deal with. You have them taped. Your epoxy comes right off and you can reuse them. You have no waste. I come up with this when they had the table built for me, thinking that I needed something besides wood. And this is what I came up with. Their ends are the same angle iron. As both ends, they're clamped too, and I can make any size in or out that I need. This is another piece of equipment that we really can't do without. I can take a burl, where you see most of these people on YouTube taking picks, chisels, and cleaning their wood, especially if it's a burl. I can take this same burl and fit it in here. I can put a 3 foot by 36 inches or 30 inches by 3 foot inside here and sandblast it to clean it where I don't have to pick and sand on it. This thing actually comes up, you put your stuff inside of it, you close it. I do metal. If I'm gonna do legs for a table, I'll do the same thing, but this is another piece of equipment that I cannot do without. If you'll follow me, we'll be going into my lathe room, but before we do that, I want to explain things to you. This is what you call a steady rest that I had built out of aluminum. This is a brace for me to go inside my vessels if they 2 foot, to clean them and cut them, and this is my arm that goes inside of it. I just think you needed to know that before we went into this room. Hello everybody, we're back in the lathe room, and there's a lot of detail work that gets done in here, and I like to show you some of it for the ones that don't know what's happening in the lathe room. These are all my sanding pads. I have different grit throughout this. This is my workstation for the Nova lathe, and I do work on the Nova lathe, and I have another lathe on the other side, which you'll see where I can switch back and forth when I'm having problems with one piece to fix it, and I can go to the other piece. This is my dust collector in my lathe room, sander, Festool vacuum. It does everything I needed to do, and it keeps me from having a lot of dust in my lungs. Plus having a mask on, it still keeps a lot of dust off of it. I'm standing here at my Nova lathe. This is a piece that I've been getting ready for a client. She's from out of state. This is going to go on her table, which I didn't build. but this will be a flower vase for flowers. It's epoxy and aspen off my ranch in Colorado. I'm turning it, I started it this morning. This is a picture of it, what it's gonna look like. This is what she wanted. These are all the tools that you have to do this type work. You have tools for wood, you have tools for epoxy, you have chisels. I got every tool I need here to do this kind of work on this Nova lathe here. Hey everybody, it's Big L again. I just want to go over this lathe. I have a Nova on this side, and this is my one-way custom lathe they built for me in Canada. This is a lathe that I do normally my big stuff. This is a spalted pecan. It started out at 56 pounds. I hadn't done the inside yet, but we're working on it. This is my control panel. For people that don't know anything about these lathes, everything is run by this thing, reverse, forward, your RPMs. Couldn't do without it. Now these tools are for this lathe in particular. You cannot use some of these on a Nova. I have different tools that I've built myself. These are my lights that I can see because I'm half blind. So I have to use them constantly. You can see I have to go out in my shop for nothing. I have everything I need here on this magnet bar, plus all my tools. And what makes it really good, I have air at my convenience at any time. I have a commercial air compressor, and this stuff works really well for cleaning my bowls, cleaning my lathe room, anything I need to do. I have two sets to run my sanders on one and blowing in the other, and I have the same thing on my Nova side. And this really makes it easy and really makes it enjoyable working when you have these tools. I am blessed. Let me show you what's behind the curtain. This is what I try to keep clean to keep the chips off from these lathes when I'm turning. It will get dust, but I try to keep the majority of the chips away from my stuff where I don't have to clean constantly. Some of my stuff is set here. This is a bow that I have turned for a client of mine. His name is Gary Budwine. He's a close friend, and he purchases a lot of stuff from us. And then I have other stuff that I'll be getting ready to turn. This is my beautiful family. My mother's gone now, but this is her picture I keep in here to remind me that how privileged I was to have her for a mother. This is another room that I work my magic. I'm very privileged of having this room where most don't. It's dust-free. It stays at a certain temperature in there due to the fact you have to keep your epoxy at a certain temperature. It's always easy to work your tabletop or your casting. This is another place where I like to hide. Hey guys, it's Big L again. Just want you to know, you guys just eat your heart out on this room here. This is a perfect epoxy room. You can hear by the echo in here how insulated, how quiet it is. There's no dust flying in here. And I think I have being epoxy minded, learning myself. I love to do this work, and this makes it so much easier when you have another table here to do your epoxy on besides the one you have out there. This is a workstation. This is all my pigments, my solid colored pigments. I have a few molds here, a lot of my cups, some of my super clear. This is the greatest stuff to use. I've had no trouble with this product, and I've used all of them. But this product I've stayed with because it's the best. And I do a lot of work at this station. This is another granite countertop that you're sitting on right here. My shelf to the back is loaded up with some of my clear glass, liquid glass. And this whole room is, like I said before, it's dust-free and insulated. I usually have a lot of epoxy sitting on these tables, but I've been running out quickly due to the fact that people's ordering stuff. And I usually keep all my epoxy here by the heater, as you can see, with the temp staying between 75 and 80. All right, guys, this is the finished product on a lot of these things. This is the start. of what I'll start with: epoxy, and this is bamboo, and this mold, and this is what it looks like when it's finished. And this will be an ice cream scoop, and this will be a matching pizza cutter. And here you have a grater with walnut in the handle that these women love, and I do them. This is a bowl everybody's going nuts over on our website and YouTube. This is the finish. These are the starts. This is what they look like when I start making these. And these are meat flippers. This is a natural wood mesquite worm ridden in here. Meat flipper. I make them large and short. And this is my wife. She makes sure I'm gonna bring this back in where she can dip her bluebell out with it. This is a ice cream scoop you have to fight. If it's frozen or whatever, you can chip it out if it's frozen. But this thing is the most handiest, durable. It's all surgical stainless at the end. Here's a pizza cutter that I have a mixed wood designs in. I have buckeye, walnut, hickory. This is a pizza cutter. Here's pizza cutters right here that I made. It's got pine cones. This is quilting cottonwood from Colorado. These are two that are on the block getting ready to be one. This is a pizza cutter, gold and green, ordered by someone. And this is a green and orange. It'll probably be the same thing, either a pizza cutter or ice cream scoop. I have my privilege of getting either one. And these are how it ends. When you start with that, you get this, or either one of these, or this. I'm glad to be here to make this video. If you have any questions, we'll be making more videos on this stuff, because I will teach some of these people things that you don't learn when you're watching these YouTube videos on epoxy, and they don't tell you the intimate details when they pour in this stuff, how to get it ready. That's why so many people have little twerps and glitches when they pour this stuff, because they hadn't been told the right way, and I will do that for you.
Larry, thank you so much for taking us on this tour. This is an awesome shop. Tell us just a little bit, how much is this worth in terms of collecting it all the tools, all the materials that you've had? What have you invested over the last few years to put this together? It's a 4,000 square foot shop, yeah?
Correct. These tools have been, as I needed them, I bought them. We probably have close to $600,000-$700,000 in this 4,000 square foot area. But it ain't been bought at one time. We purchased this as we needed it. If we needed a tool, then we had to really think about it, and we bought it. Otherwise, we didn't buy them till we needed them.
Well, again, I appreciate you guys watching. Larry, thank you so much for taking us on this tour. Please, if you like this content, if you're interested in getting more granular details about any of the equipment that's being used in the shop, Larry is our artist. You can go to wooddesignsbylds.com. The website is live. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. And again, if you like this content, please hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.
We're gonna have fun. Remember, always 10-4 over and out.